What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and talking about the 3 new cards coming to College Football Ultimate Team 25 tomorrow, and 87 overall Joe Greene, as well as Jadeveon Clowney, and the 88 LTD Charlie Ward. We're going to be going through and talking about each and every one of these cards in this video. Now, before we do that, guys, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 10,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate all of the recent support. So let's start it off with Joe Greene. Now, it's important to note Joe Greene is also going to get cards at other overalls. So he's going to get an 80 overall, an 81 overall, an 82 overall, as well as an 83 overall. Now, the 87 overall Joe Greene has 81 speed, 81 acceleration, 81 block shed, but he's got 88 strength, 87 tackling, 85 power move. To me, though, like, if you compare him to some of the other defensive tackles, like even if we go back and look at the best defensive tackle that we do have in the game, who I'm a huge fan of the defensive tackle that we got in our last content drop. I think he's an absolute stud. But when you compare him to him, I think it's just tough to live up to that hype. Like Jalen Carter does it all. He's got 83 speed. He's got good acceleration at an 87. Just overall 86 power move, 86 tackling. Like, it's hard to do what Jalen Carter does. So am I saying Joe Greene is bad? No, but he is the same overall as Jalen Carter. And to be honest, obviously we don't have all the stats, but I don't really see it with Joe Greene. I don't see how he is that next level of good. Now, the 83 overall Joe Greene is going to be solid for budget ballers, as well as the 82, 81, all of those things. Now, with this card here in Joe Greene, here's also something to know that I do want to go over and talk about today. He does, you guys can see over here, let me exit this ad, sorry. He has a 6'4", 275. So like, as a defensive tackle, he's not like super long, super lengthy either. So again, just something that does matter a little bit, especially when you come to the defensive tackle position. If you want somebody to be that run stopper, take up some space on the interior, he's not really that guy either. To be honest, I'm not the biggest Joe Greene fan in College Football Ultimate Team, but I mean, he is a-okay. Next up, Jadeveon Clowney. This card is a card that is, at least if nothing else, going to be super exciting. 84 speed, 83 acceleration, 82 block shed. Does come with the 86 power move, as well as 87 tackling. To me, he looks solid. He looks really, really solid. But when I'm looking at him, is there anything about Jadeveon Clowney that like stands out over some of the other left ends? Like, the one thing that I look at always is his speed, or left end speed. Does his speed really stand out when you compare him to some of the other ends that we do have right now in College Football Ultimate Team? And let's just compare him. Like, 84 speed for sure isn't bad. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's a bad speed rating for a left end, because it is really solid. But at the end of the day, like, we've got some left ends that are also really, really fast. Like Will Anderson, he's got 84 speed. Von Miller, 83 speed. And so when I see the 84 speed, it's like we already got that with Will Anderson. Now, depending on Jadeveon Clowney's price, I do think he probably is a more complete card than Will Anderson from top to bottom. But again, what is his price going to be like? Just because I know people are going to want Jadeveon Clowney, people are going to pay for Jadeveon Clowney. So that's just the only thing. It's like, yes, Jadeveon Clowney probably is slightly better than Will Anderson, but when I know Will Anderson's going for 100,000 coins, it's tough for me to really not take that into consideration. Again, Jadeveon Clowney, very, very solid in College Football Ultimate Team. And again, is going to get some budget versions of his cards, which I personally am. I like the fact that EA does that. And so even if you don't have all the coins in the world, you can still get your hands on Jadeveon Clowney. Then we see the LTD Charlie Ward at the quarterback position. Now, is this card going to be the best quarterback in the game? That's the first thing that I want to spend some time talking about today. Well, he's got 86 speed. You want to know who else has 86 speed? Lamar Jackson. Throw power, better than Lamar. Throw under pressure, throw in the run, short accuracy, mid accuracy, everything, passing actually, everything's better than Lamar. That is the one way I describe Charlie Ward, is he's just a better version of Lamar Jackson. Now, with that being said, does that mean he is worth his price, I would say probably not. As an LTD, Charlie Ward is going to be really, really, really expensive. And again, with Lamar Jackson in the game that is 90% of Charlie Ward, it's tough for me to ever recommend that to anyone. Now, again, if you do want always the best team in the game, Charlie Ward is going to be your best quarterback in the game. To be honest, I think he's just as good as this Tim Tebow. Like, if we want to really talk about it, let's talk about it. I think he's just as good as Tim Tebow. Again, you look at Lamar Jackson, he's got 86 speed. His throw power is fine. His accuracy is fine. It's just Charlie Ward is going to be slightly better than Lamar Jackson. Again, not worth his price. Not even ever going to mention that in this video today, but it is something to kind of take note of. Like, Charlie Ward's probably tomorrow going to be 600,000 coins. Lamar Jackson's what, 150,000 coins? It's just one of those things. Yes, you're getting a better card, but I'll talk about tactically downgrading quite a bit when it comes to college football Ultimate Team. It's like, again, Jadeveon Clowney compared to Will Anderson. What's the smarter thing to do when it comes to your coins? Obviously, again, you want to have fun with the cards you want to run. But again, if you don't really care about Jadeveon Clowney or Charlie Ward and you just want to have a good overall team, then it'd be worth it to just continue running guys like Lamar Jackson and Will Anderson. Do I think any of these cards tomorrow are like game breaking? No. I mean, again, Joe Greene, I think, is probably the worst of the cards coming tomorrow. The strength rating's good, but everything else to me is just very mediocre. Jadeveon Clowney is going to be an absolute stud, no doubt about it. But again, I just don't think he's much better than Will Anderson. And then Charlie Ward is going to be your best quarterback in the game. So at least tomorrow, you are getting the best quarterback in the game with Charlie Ward. It just comes down to the fact that it's like, I have a hard time spending 700,000 coins on a card that is just barely better than Lamar Jackson. So that's where I'm at with these three cards. Again, in my opinion, it's just an okay content drop. I do wish, and this is just me in my opinion, I do wish that that we got more legends with these type of drops. Like 3 is fine, but again, I'm one like, I wish there was more to it. Like, I'm glad Charlie Ward's in the game, an absolute stud in college. Jadeveon Clowney and his hit on Michigan, I believe is who it was just absolutely insane. And again, is a fun card to use. But I just wish there was more to these drops. You know what? We get 1 day of Legends a week, and we only get 3 total cards. So that's where I'm at with this content drop. Am I going to pick up any of the cards? Probably not. But again, you should see a market crash for some of those other legends like Ray Lewis, for example. Should be relatively cheap come tomorrow. Even a guy like Pat White should go way down in price. And again, Pat White, 80% of Charlie Ward at the end of the day. That's going to wrap it up for my video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.